Hello, back again. I feel like I need to be back here again because I don't speak for myself. I speak for the 4th District and inner cities throughout San Diego. And once again, addressing your comments that weren't taken lightly, nor do we accept your apology. We've heard your apology. You can stop apologizing via people on air. We've heard you. I'm from the streets. And apologies, you don't apologize for stuff that comes from your heart. We felt your heart that day. We felt the heart in your message. And once again, I'm here. I don't need all this time, but we are definitely asking for your resignation. And I speak on behalf of the people that can't come here or feel that they have a voice here or have a voice with you. And that's a lot of your 4th District that I represent. And we are on the groundwork. We do believe we're not just speaking out against police. We're actively, more than speaking out against police violence against us and harassment, we're on the streets and we're actually working on stopping the violence in the streets. Some grassroots work is really being done in San Diego that you guys might not be aware of, and we're not necessarily getting the acknowledgement that we should or the backing and support from our city, but it doesn't matter. We know we have to clean up our own stuff, but having somebody that's supposed to represent us actually coming against us in the work that we're doing, it felt like a real slap in the face. And we're out here 24/7 every day. I live, sleep, and eat this. And that's what I do for my people that you're supposed to represent. And I say, you guys have a great day. Oh, really quick though, too, I'm glad you finally said something about the clapping, because yesterday we were pretty much shut up for clapping. And then when I came in today, it was like 5 clapping sessions before. And that just shows the difference between how law enforcement is treated and the people are treated. So yeah, that was noted, but I'm glad somebody finally did say something about the clapping, because we were shut up yesterday. All right, you guys have a great day.
Khalid Alexander, followed by Minuhati Kima Atta, followed by Pastor Ray Smith, followed by Teresa T. Williams.
Yeah, so the other day, the reason why I'm here the other day is because of the statements that Myrtle Cole made to the council. And so my statements also will be presented to the council. I don't understand civic engagement totally, but I'm hoping that as elected officials, you hold one another accountable for the statements and the words that come out of their mouth, particularly when it comes to the effects that are going to happen to those who are directly impacted by them. About a couple of weeks ago, we had a meeting where we were discussing police brutality, police racial harassment, and a number of other issues. And it was presented as if we were anti-police. We're not anti-police. In fact, we're very appreciative of the police. We may not be buying a puppy for the police, at all, but we do appreciate them when they're there to protect and serve us. What we don't appreciate them is when they're there to harass and denigrate us. When we brought up the question of whether or not racial profiling exists to Myrtle Cole, her response was, she recognizes that some people believe that it exists, which is the same type of semantics that people say to dismiss racial profiling when they say there's a perception of racial profiling that we've heard numerous times from multiple councilmen, as council people, as well as the police department. And we're tired of being ignored, and we're tired of the type of harassment that occurs. I was saddened that the person who had an opportunity to recognize that this was a chance to actually have real engagement with real community members would then turn around when nobody's there and dismiss everything, and not only say that racial profiling is not only a belief or that it does not exist, not only deny racial profiling, but to recognize that it exists, and it exists for a reason, that reason being that people are being killed in Detroit and Chicago. Absolute nonsense. Anyways, I've been told that Myrtle Cole has made an apology. I'm willing to accept that apology for its blanket face value. However, I would like to look forward to, we will continue to call for her resignation and anybody else's resignation that ignores the issues of their community members until they show us that they're actually there for us. So,
thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Sir, I warn you.
Minuhati Kima Atta, followed by Pastor Ray Smith, followed by Teresa T. Williams.
Okay. I'm glad to see you wipe that smirk off your face, Myrtle. So I just want to say that just because you're in a leadership position doesn't necessarily make you a leader. And so part of being a leader is servitude to your community. And the reason why let me speak for myself. The reason why I don't accept your apology is because it wasn't a real apology. Your apology is something that reflects in your behavior. If you're truly sorry, then it needs to reflect in your behavior. And so far, you've given us your true colors. You had the opportunity to interact with us at the community meeting, and you didn't. You chose to, when nobody was looking, to say how you really felt, but you didn't have the courage to say how you really felt in front of us. And so I just want to let you and everybody else know, especially the ones you felt the need to apologize to, not to underestimate us, because everybody you see here are all leaders. We all come from Southeast San Diego. We all come from these streets. We've been on the good side and the bad. So we have a lot of impact in the community. It's not just the police that's protecting and defending people in the community. It's the people you see in this room. Everybody has a part to play in that. You know what I'm saying? So a leader is only as strong as the community that looks towards this leader for guidance. And right now, we don't look to you for that guidance. You know, and I hope that you can see that you got some growing to do. And we can't stand for that. So anybody who feels the need to justify racial profiling and then turn around and say that it's our fault just shows that there's no accountability. And you need to be held accountable. And that goes for anybody else in a leadership position. You need to be held accountable. So with that being said, please resign.
Thank you.
If you really cared, you know where we're at.
Thank you, sir. The next speaker's time.
Teresa T. Williams, followed by Abdur Rahim Hamid, followed by John Stump.
Hello, I'm here in regards to the 4th District. First off, I want to honor George Stevens because I stood with him and what he believed in for my community. Second, Ray Smith, I'm sorry. I can't believe you came up here and disrespected us and thanked this lady. You had a lot of programs for our community and you haven't helped us really. It's all about governments and grants. I need some help. I'm an overcoming gang member and there ain't been nothing here for us. So back to you, Myrtle Cole. I understand what you took pictures with you when I worked for the Metro program. San Diego, San 1, whatever that program is, it's all an act for y'all cameras. After y'all set up with that jumper and food, where do y'all go? You never even came to our neighborhood. George Stevens at least came down to Ocean View Park and rubbed shoulders with his community. So Zimmerman, get on her. First town hall meeting, I put cards. Y'all had us put a card because we couldn't ask y'all questions ourselves. None of y'all responded. I have 3 daughters. Their last name is Catlin. Just like when Zimmerman killed one of us, my kids is in harm's way just because of their last name. They've been beat on by police. No one done nothing. And I got daughters. I'm proud to say my oldest made it to the Air Force. Something y'all didn't expect coming up out the ghetto. So I stand here for my people that can't stand here and who's afraid to speak to y'all. You are no better than her. All of you up there, like they said, as leaders, give us something so we could give y'all something. The homelessness, everybody want to feed them. What about our own children that don't got no food? The low income y'all got set up is so low to where we can't even become families. The father got to be in jail. The father can't be there. The father's in jail. There's nothing here for us. All you got is Angel Tree. There's no one here for the families that's trying daily not to get killed by the police or a gang member. That's what I stand for.
Abdur Rahim Hamid, followed by John Stump, and then any other slips we get will be taken at the end of the meeting. Thank you.
Good morning, members of the council, ladies and gentlemen. Trouble in paradise. Let me say this. I support wholeheartedly what these young people are trying to do in terms of expressing themselves. I think I've been there, done that, and I'm still there. There's a lot of inequalities and injustices that take place in our community. But I think we have misdirected anger, or we need to focus on what the problem is at hand. When women were being assaulted in police cars by men in blue, and it was getting national attention, the mayor did a strategic move to put a cop that was in the DROP program as a woman police chief. So officers would have to look at her before they think twice about violating women. Today, Black lives do matter. African Americans are on the forefront. I'm a child of the Jim Crow era, came through the civil rights and the Black Power movement, and today I stand as Black Lives Matter. So I think the focus is not changing the guards, but changing, look at a African-American police chief, that when racial profiling enters the mind of a white cop or a Latino cop, they think twice. I'm not talking about a black-skinned cop. I'm talking about a cop that thinks about community. Michael Cash. You know, the police chief that was in San Diego, when Sagana Misi Penn defended his life and was exempt for, was freed on for defending his life, it killed him. And I went to school with Sagan, but that's the first time that a person was, I can't think of the word, but what was it? Exonerated for defending himself against a police officer. So, yes, we care about police. I'm sorry about JD. And there's others that have gone before them. But I want to say that just think about what's happening today. Do what you do, but this is not the way to do it.
John Stump, be our final non-agenda.